Hi, welcome back. We have a nonprofit that's been on before, Arbor Youth Services. We have Lori Clemens, the Executive Director.
Hello.
And Andrew Shea, the Director of Development. And if you recognize this face, you recognize it from The Amazing Race.
Yeah. My dad and I did it years and years ago. The first team from Kentucky.
And how did you do?
We didn't win, so I'm still a little sensitive about it. But it was one heck of an adventure. We were on it for several weeks, got to see 7 countries, and I used to come in here into this studio several times back then and talk about the experience since it was on CBS.
Well, now let's use your celebrity to help Arbor.
You're talking about like my 14 seconds of fame.
15 more than I have. Yeah. Lori, you've been with Arbor how long?
Oh gosh, a little over a year. The end of October, so a year ago. So what is that? I don't know, 15, 16 months.
And you have a nonprofit background.
Yes.
And what, in your scope of background, what identified you to Arbor to say, I need to go there?
Well, the funny thing was where I was before in a nonprofit, super happy, thought I would never leave, thought I'll be here till I die, which is how I am. And they, one of their board members approached me when their former executive director was leaving and just said, I think you would be great at this. And at that point I was just like, I'm a solid number 2.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm a number 1.
Yeah.
And so it was just, I prayed about it for a long time. And throughout the whole process, it felt like, oh, this is where I'm being called to. And I knew that I needed to pursue it. And if it was offered to me, then I needed to. And for me, it was the perfect alignment of things. I had always been passionate about children and youth and had always been serving alongside homeless ministries and then working in fields dealing with people experiencing homelessness. So this was the perfect marrying of the two. And for me, it was like, well, what better way to address the issue of homelessness than work with kids to hopefully prevent it when they're adults.
Andrew, you're fairly new with Arbor.
Yeah, I've been with Arbor for just about 2 months, but my background is nonprofit development, 15 years. I'm a Lexington kid. I grew up here, so this is my hood. But I started at Manchester Center, which is on Manchester Street, which was great. I loved it. I worked with at-risk kids. I moved away for many years, just came back from the Pacific Northwest, and Manchester Street is very different from when I worked there. It was a tough, rough and tumble neighborhood. And now where I worked is a puppy kennel, and there's like the coolest, hippest bars in Lexington. I'm like, this is not the street that I knew.
Welcome back. Talk a little bit about what drew you to Arbor.
Well, I mean, just kind of on my personal mission statement, I guess, is I just feel like I've had the best life. I love Lexington. I love growing up. I'm a Tate's Creek grad, and I have a great family here. I just felt spoiled or just lucky, and I felt like, you know what? I've had this great life. I want to commit myself professionally to any role that really helps people. I love kids. I have nieces and nephews. I've worked with kids professionally, and they just crack me up, honestly. They're fun, they tell like it is, but so when this came about and this possibility came up, I was stoked. It was the perfect reason to get me back to Lexington, back to my hometown, and I'm loving it.
Well, there's a great energy.
Well, we've known each other for 20 years.
So that's
a part of that.
That's part of, like, I knew he'd come back. He was trying to get back into, well, still in the same field, but in Lexington. He's like, if you know of any positions, and I was like, sure.
Yeah,
I didn't have one at the time, and it was just, and then the one, nothing had panned out for him in that short period of time. And then I found myself
so sad.
I know.
Nothing panned out.
I was trying to, it was short period of time. But then when I had this position open, I was like, oh my gosh, I need you. Like, this doesn't just happen. It just happened.
You're right.
So,
okay, who wants to talk about Arbor and all the great things that you do?
Oh gosh, I can, of course.
Tell the story.
Yeah, so at Arbor, we provide a safe, welcoming environment for unaccompanied children and youth ages birth through 24. And so what that looks like, we have an emergency shelter for minors, so children under 18 who have been abused and neglected or at risk of being victimized and maybe homeless. So they come there and stay with us.
Is that the home?
That's our shelter, our emergency shelter.
And where's that located?
On 3rd Street.
Okay, so
here in Lexington.
If anybody watching knows of a child going through something not good,
yes,
they're going to call the phone number?
They can call the phone number, or actually we're the only safe place designated shelter in Central Kentucky. So what that means, anywhere there's a safe place sign, that yellow diamond, that's a safe place. Most people don't even realize what that means other than, oh, it's a safe place. Any youth in crisis can go where that yellow sign is, and we get contacted and we can go to the child. So they don't even have to find us. We can go to them, assess their situation, and then go bring them to us, or go to the hospital, or go to the police department, whatever that calls
Like
for.
they literally, without a parent, could drop off a child.
It
Yes.
happened today.
Yeah.
It happened today. What
Yeah.
happened?
A couple hours ago.
What happened?
A young adult at our out. So we have basically two houses side by side. One house is for younger kids, newborn through until their 18th birthday. And they'll live with us, whether that's a day or 8 weeks, whatever that is, until we find a safe place to get them to and have a plan
Like
to
a
get them
permanent
back.
housing.
And then next door is our outreach center. That's really for 18 to 24-year-olds. We work in getting them from homelessness to housing. And some of those folks are still homeless, so they'll come in and use our washer and dryer to wash their clothes, take a shower. We'll cook them a meal if they're hungry. They come in and get supplies. We have great people in Lexington who donate soap, deodorant, hoodies, all different kind of things that they would need. Today we had a 20-year-old whose parents drove in all the way from eastern Kentucky, county far away, and dropped him off and said, "You need to find a job, good luck," and left him. So he came in, our staff sat with them,
Wow.
and we are starting to go down a kind of a needs list. All right, what's our plan going to be? Whereas he was like,
Right. Not
I
from the
got-
area,
got
has no
no
clue.
idea what's going
All
on.
he had were the clothes that he was dropped off with.
1 minute he's at home. Hours later, he's with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
In a building, not knowing what is
Anything. Didn't
what is
even
next
know.
half hour,
No.
hour tonight. Nothing.
Nothing.
And to think of the trauma. And
Yes.
thank God that Arbor is in existence.
yeah, I mean, 20 years old, I was playing video games when I was 20. Like I just can't
I know.
imagine. I can't put myself
You were
in
on
the
the Missing
shoes.
Race.
That's true, and I was clueless then too.
Give
But I
your
just can't
website.
imagine.
arborky.org.
arborky.org.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's late at night and they have an emergency, do you have a phone number?
Yes, so our phone number to our shelter, right there, 859-254-2501.
Social media people. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We keep those things updated almost hourly.
And we get kids that message us through Facebook. I've taken those messages on the weekends, like, I don't know where I'm sleeping tonight. My parents have kicked me out. And I remember this, I had this one conversation, she was 17. And I was like, you can come stay. Where are you at? Get here, we'll come get you. And then she stayed with us for a few weeks until she turned 18. And then we moved her into an apartment.
What's your capacity in both houses?
So in our shelter, our technical capacity is 10. State says we can provide shelter for 10 youth, 12 in a crisis if kids are getting dropped off.
Yeah.
We have beds for 16, so we can always sleep 16 in an emergency, or we can up it if we ever need it to. That's more just so kids can spread out some more. At our outreach center, so unfortunately we don't have a shelter for 18 and 24-year-olds. Currently, they're just expected to stay in the adult shelters in Lexington, which is a problem in itself. But so they can come to our outreach center during the week, hang out all day, and get services and get help, and then until we can transition them into housing.
My mind cannot comprehend a child with no support system.
Yes.
And to know that you're here is absolutely amazing. We have 14 minutes. We have 5 left. So what can we cover? We want to cover.
Yeah.
You need volunteers. You need stuff.
We
always
need money.
What kind of stuff do you need?
Yeah, I mean, our needs list it's always kind of difficult to say what we need at the time because our need list literally changes day to day. If there's a day that we need toothbrushes, we may put that call out, and Lexington is full of incredible people.
Yes, no kidding.
And we could end up with
Absolutely.
12 boxes of
Right.
toothbrushes
Yes.
by the end of the day. So it changes all the time.
Yes.
That's why we want everyone to follow us on Facebook, Twitter,
Yes.
and Instagram because we keep that updated. Hey, you
Right.
guys, we had a kid walk in. He needs a coat. He's a size medium, and bam, Lexington rallies to get that kid a coat.
This town's amazing.
It is amazing.
Very
It's so
generous.
amazing. And certainly monetary donations, which people can do right through our website, arborky.org. That money we're a local nonprofit. It is just a staff
The
of
money
a few
stays right
people.
here.
The money
Yes,
stays
and
right
it-
here at this
yeah.
house. And it goes a long way. That helps us meet specific needs. If a kid walks in and says, I've got to have this thing or whatever it is, whatever they need, we can rush right out and get it for that kid. Anything that kind of pops up, maintaining the 2 buildings, and especially the one the kids live in.
So on Facebook, just look up Arbor Youth.
Yep,
just
Arbor Youth.
Services
Arbor Youth,
will
and you'll
pop
send
up.
notes out to people.
Yeah, as soon as a very specific need comes up, we post it. Like the other
Okay.
day, we needed
Yeah.
a toaster, so we're like, because the one started smoking, we're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
okay, we need
Yeah.
a toaster, and it was like, boom, no time. And it's like, oh, right now we have a baby. Oh my gosh, and it's like, okay, here's diapers, here's formula.
If you are one of those superheroes out there that says, I want to be involved or I want to help homeless kids right here in Central Kentucky, the best thing you can do is donate monthly, which is just putting in your card and saying, I'm going to donate $20 a month or whatever. Comes off your card, it goes straight to us. We put that exactly where it needs to be for our kids every month. That is the best way that people can help us.
So money online, Facebook, Instagram, proactive for
Keep
you.
up to date. Yep.
Right.
Do you need volunteers?
Yeah, we do. We utilize.
And what can they do?
So it's a variety of things. It is a little hard to place volunteers because when you're working with minors, there's very specific things. And so we love having adults to work with our children, whether that's coming in and just fixing dinner or helping with homework. But that does require a background check and all of this stuff. And there's always projects around. Like we just had 3 lovely ladies come in today to finish painting a room for us. So there's always those kind of things: painting, cleaning, those little.
Oh my gosh! If there are some maintenance men or some contract workers, we have 2 old homes and it is crumbling a piece at a time, and we rush with duct tape to fix it all.
And I'm not handy, so
and that's super expensive. Something we have no budget for. So if there's a couple handy men and women out there like I can replace a vent in a bathroom, which we need right now. We don't know how to do it. So just silly things like that. We had the best guy come the other day. He edged our sidewalks, and that seems like such a silly thing, but kids show up to our front door. They're terrified. They don't know what's going on, and we want our place to look great so they feel comfortable and they know it's safe.
We have a minute left.
Wow.
Put out a plea for people to get on the website, social media, and bring stuff and money.
Yeah. So I just feel like I want everybody to know that this is our future. These are our kids.
No
this
kidding.
is the future of Lexington, and you can impact the trajectory of their life.
Yes.
Like, because every kid deserves a safe place to go to sleep every night. And so I feel like any support, monetary or tangible items of your time, is directly impacting the lives of these children who essentially have been abandoned.
And we talked about another organization that we won't mention, but people can drop off things and geographically give your address, but tell people how to get there.
Yes, so our buildings are located on 3rd Street. So we're at our outreach center, which is the best place, 536 and 540 West 3rd Street.
Over by Newtown.
Right by Newtown Pike. It's the one block that's one way on 3rd Street.
Yes.
So there's Newtown, and then there's Blue Stallion. Most people know Blue Stallion. We walk down there for lunch. It's right there on the right side, same side.
So the only way to get there, Newtown Pike, turn on to 3rd,
and we're on the right.
And you're down on the right-hand side.
Yes.
A half a block on the right-hand side.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Well, did you want to say one more thing?
Oh, I'd say follow us on social media, and if you're going to drop things off, just give us a buzz and say, hey, I got this. Do you need it? That's super helpful. We have this much storage space, so we want to be very strategic about when we get these things in, but we definitely need everybody's help.
And thank you again. The name of the show is Heart of Gold. You folks have hearts of gold, and they need contractors to work on their building and their homes. So please, if you're a contractor, you've got some time, give them a call, please. I'm Paul Chartier. Thanks for watching Heart of Gold.